Hello guys, and welcome to another Birchmark video. Now we're going to have a look at GameGuru, which is actually a game making program, so we'll have a try of this. Okay, so you start off with just a blank map, as you can see, just a blank terrain. You got the terrain editing tools, you got like blend and level and shape and stored and everything. If we click, we'll start bringing the ground up. You can just drag. Actually get a slope going here. You can paint different stuff on it, different terrain. Blend will just make it a little more pretty, I guess, like a little more, not as sharp. So it'll go up to a certain level. That's like stored level mode. You got that. Blend will get it so that you've got a bit of a ramp going up there and it's not just right up, because it'll blend with the bottom level. So it should be able to be walked up. That's just the basic terrain. You can paint rock, paint grass, paint sediment, paint mud. You got ramp mode. Well, that's way too steep to be a ramp. Try from over here. Yeah, you can see that's made a bit of a ramp into it. Zoom in a bit. WSAD to move the camera around. Yeah, I think I'm doing the ramp bit wrong. I haven't really fiddled with this that much. I have fiddled with GameGuru, but not for a while. It almost looks like stairs the way this one's turning out. I wonder if ramp is more like stairs. So you should be able to walk up that. Shape mode. Oh yep, that'll bring it all rounded and everything. That's like what we're originally on. Can shape the land a bit. So you don't have just boring flat land. As it gets a bit higher, it starts to go more rock-like. Shape it so it's coming down like that, so you should be able to climb up there, you would think. Get your ramp mode again. Okay, so click from one point to another, I believe. So, oh yep, there we go. Made a ramp. So it's sort of a click and drag like that. Okay, we'll make another tool thing to try that. That's the right one, isn't it? Blend mode? Oh, we don't want blend, we want shape mode. Okay, that's a bit better. So there. Looks a bit rough at the moment. Assuming blend will fix that a bit. Start to look more like it's natural. Yeah. So that's where the blend tool comes in. So now you can go and test it. So C is crouch, and you got shoot and look around, like just look around by moving the mouse. Left click to shoot. Weapon select is on the mouse button, and also the numbers. You can see it. This definitely needs a bit more smoothing out. It's all chunky. You can see it looks decent apart from that. So you've got that ramp there. This little bit you can sneak through. That's just basic terrain. It's not very exciting yet, so we'll go back out of the testing mode. Okay. You can put a male zombie office in. So we've got scale. Okay, so we've got him moved. Can we scale him, or can't we do it to this one? Might not be able to be done to characters. I don't remember ever seeing this before. But we can rotate him. Yep. however we want. Position, scale, properties, there we go. So you got his name, you got his rate of fire. So if you put rate of fire of 0, he can't shoot you. You've got the script there. So he's got AI fast zombie, so he'll attack. But you can make him AI neutral, so he doesn't attack. Or any of the other things in there. Blood effects, yes. Spawn at start, yes. His strength is 100, his speed 100. He's not explodable, but he does explode damage, which doesn't seem to make sense. So that's interesting. So these guys will attack us if we go into the test mode. And then they just attack like this. We can't punch, and we don't have any weapons, so there's nothing we can do apart from run away. It's interesting to see how fast they run. Okay, so they run about that fast. Interesting. Fine, finish me off then. Okay, we're going to try putting a jetpack in and see how that works. We've put a gun in. I'm going to put a jetpack in. Okay, so this should be interesting. Markers, we've got player starts. We can choose where the player starts. Might put it there. You've got player checkpoints too. You've got cover zone. You've got multiplayer start for if you're making a multiplayer game. The single players you export out of here, whereas the multiplayer, it's playing in here, but there are plans, like, by plans I mean they are doing it, but it's down the track, of making an app so that people who don't have GameGuru can play the multiplayer games. Anyone can play the single player because they get exported out, but multiplayer at the moment can only be played within GameGuru. Okay, I don't know what the lights mean. If it's literally just light or what, but we'll put some lights in. Be interesting to see. You got trigger zones, so that means you can have it if the character walks into that zone, which you can increase the size of and everything too. You can set for something to happen, like for music to play or something. So certain music will play if we go in there now. And there's a wind zone, which we'll put after these two zombies. And there's sound zones. Which will be purely for sounds. Put a bullet flyby sound there. And there's story zone. I don't believe those were there before. Okay, so it's got audio and visual, so I'm guessing with the visual maybe you can put actual videos in. Hey, there's already a video in there. I don't know what that is, but we'll put that in. Okay. So right now we've got male zombie office, we've got two of them, we've got a cult, and we've got jetpack. Okay. So that's that. We've got a start point, we've got all this other stuff just to fiddle with. Okay, so we'll start now in the testing and see how this goes. It's WSAD to move as normal. Shift to run. Tab can let us change the visuals within there to affect how the game looks. Okay, so we walked into one of the trigger zones and it plays some music. This literally is just light in these. Press E to pick up the jetpack. How do I use the jetpack is my question. I haven't done this before. Okay, right click. I wonder how long this jetpack lasts. If I'm going to fall directly on top of the zombies with no gun, I'm just going to fly over them. And is this going to be incredibly easy to get to the wind point? Can I fly over the wind point? I don't need to be on the ground. I'm not sure on that. Level complete triggered. Okay, so you can fly over it. How long does the jetpack last? Eventually going to run out of fuel. Try and fly over them again and get the gun. Now, it certainly isn't the prettiest or best put together level, but it was just to fiddle with the tools. Oops. I let go too soon and hurt myself. Well, an 87 out of 100. You can hear my heart a lot for that amount of health, but that's what I'm on. So zombies are dead. Okay, so that's how that ended up because of the way I did it, because I misunderstood how to use that one. Now it's out of ammo. Oop, I ran into another one of those things that triggers stuff. Oh, there's one that triggers a video around here too, isn't there? I should have put a light on it so we could find it easily. We'll go back and we'll put a light where the video trigger is. Okay, new plan. We'll just make this massive and we will land in it then. Okay, so we set the music off. It was all over this hill, it should be triggered. Why isn't it triggered? Ah, that was the noise. I thought that was the one I put video into. I looked at it. Okay, now this should work. It did play the noise, I just thought I'd put the video in, but it obviously didn't save like that. Okay, there we go, now we've got a video. Why this is a sample video, I don't know. Maybe it's the creators of the program doing that. Okay, so that's that then, and if you went over there, you would win. Okay. Gonna completely destroy that now. Now there are some buildings you can run in and some of them you can't. You can only stay on the outside. I'm not sure about any of the buildings in here, but the ones on the GameGuru store, which is where you can sell assets and buy assets off of each other, like your 3D models, and also scripts, because you can make a complete game with drag and drop with GameGuru, but if you want to get more out of it, you can do Lua scripting, and people will sell each other scripts, and they can be scripts for stuff like questing and that, to where an NPC can give a character a quest to do, so you go and do a quest. I know some of them you can definitely run around in. I'm not sure about these, or if they're just, you know, you can run up to the door and that's it pretty much. But you can definitely do it with some of the ones in there, so that can be interesting, especially because GameGuru is primarily a first-person shooter maker. Like, you can make other things, but it's a big thing of it, so being able to go into buildings and that is quite useful, especially with the multiplayer ones. Okay, I'm putting a few special ops soldiers, I nearly said shoulders, soldiers around the place. Put him on the ground, but can I get him in there? That's it. Doesn't look like this is a house you'll be able to go through, but I'm not sure. Need to get back up. There we go. I'll move that one in a bit too. Well, yes, I've got in the house before you actually can. Like, I just got in it through, like, flying through it in edit mode. Some people give away stuff for free on the GameGuru store too, so it's not like you're going to have to spend heaps if you do it. But you can also just learn to do the 3D modelling yourself as well, as another thing. Okay, so people can get in here, so that's certainly interesting. Pick up some of the special ops guys and put them in here. Okay, he's halfway through the wall, that's not good. Okay, move him up a smidgen. Let's change my camera and see how he's going in there. Over a smidgen more. There we go, that looks about right. So he's in the middle of there now. Oops, I don't want to move the building. That dude's still okay since I did that? Yeah. What about over here? He's halfway through the floor. I'd better lift him up. Okay. So we've got that. Like, I think it'll work itself out if you do start with them halfway through the floor, I believe. But am I supposed to be able to get in here? I wonder if those doors open. Probably not. So it's probably not one you can actually get in. But we'll see. Okay, so we've got a few of them on the outside and a few actually inside the buildings. So that's good. Now we need to put some weapons in. Going to put some weapons in now. There's a knife. Okay, so we've got some more weapons here. We've got a proximity mine. Put some proximity mines. I might go inside one of the buildings and put a knife in there. Okay, so there's the dude in there. So if we click on his properties, we can have a look. Yep, he's got AI soldier lure. We can take his weapon if we kill him. I can change that, but that's what it is at the moment. Take weapons ammo, 7. Rate of fire is 85. He spawns at the start. His strength, speed, and animation speed is 100. They're all 100. Physics are on. He's not always active. He's not explodable. Okay. I'm putting the Colt out again. I put some ammo around, but I don't actually know if it's the right one for this gun because it doesn't say the name of the gun. It just breaks it down into a few different types. But I'm sure we'll work it out if it's wrong. Put it there on the steps. I don't actually know if I can get up there properly, but I should be able to. Proximity mine something I can pick up and put somewhere, or is it if I go near it I'm going to die? I'm not sure. Put one of them there. Okay. Where should the start point be? Markers, player start. Well, you can't even punch, so you're completely screwed without a weapon, so I should put him near a weapon. Reasonably close to a weapon. Now, where are all the weapons? There were guns around this area somewhere, I believe. Or was that the other side? Oh, maybe I'll just spawn another weapon in. That would make more sense. We'll start with a knife. Okay. Okay, no one's attacking me yet. Default amount of lives is 3 lives and 100 health, as you can see there. In testing mode, if I lose more than 3 lives, it'll just keep going. But it gives me some idea of how achievable or not a game is. we're trying with a gun now. We'll give him a gun and see how he goes with that. I don't know if those cartridges actually go with the gun, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so they do go together also. Okay, he's too far. Need to get a bit closer, but preferably not so close he starts shooting me. Okay, he's dead. R to reload, okay. Okay, he's dead. He's dead. As you can see, this little game I've made just fooling around is a lot easier with a gun than with a knife. I didn't put away till in the level. Like, obviously I'm just going until everyone's dead. Gee, the heartbeat's loud. Okay. So I think everyone's dead, but while we're here you can see you can set the sky type as different things. You can set the terrain to be different things. It could be grassy or desert, shimmer, Death Valley, wasteland. Vegetation type can be different types. This could be grass 4. Set the terrain to be forest. Vegetation to be lushy, icy base, yeah, all that sort of stuff. Can affect how the water and reflections are. Camera settings, you got the camera distance. So it could be, I can only really see that far, or it can be like this far or this far. You've got different fog colours you can mess with. Brightness. Yeah, I don't think we want it that bright. You can have it nice and dark and creepy looking. Anything in the middle. There's all the guns I dropped. Global Specular, I don't know what that one is. Contrast. Okay, no contrast is like grey. There's a bit of stuff. It's an interesting view. You can have it really extreme the other way. Thanks for watching this, guys. I hope you found it interesting. And thanks for watching, guys.